Welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to be looking at HTML heading tag, and we're going to be looking at how we can actually add heading to our document. In HTML, you use what we call the H tag. H stands for heading. Then we have 6 types of heading in HTML. We have from H1, which is the biggest, to the smallest, which is H6. Then each tag in HTML starts with a less than sign, the name of the tag, and a greater than sign. So let's start. We have H1, then we're going to put our greater than sign, which is this. Then in between, we're going to have the content. So we can say welcome on board. Welcome on board. Then once you have your opening tag, you must have your closing tag, and your closing tag is just the same thing as the opening tag but with a backslash. So you have less than sign H, which is heading tag. Then you have the size, which is 1 as the biggest. Then you have your greater than sign. Then this is your content, which is what the user will see on the screen. Then you have your closing tag, which is a less than sign, a backslash, and an H1. That is the way it actually works. So you have your content in between them. So let's see what this is going to give us on our browser. Let's open it. So we're going to save our work by going to File, go to Save, or you can just use your Ctrl S to save. Then how do we open this? You can, if you already have your extension installed, the extension called Live Server, as earlier showed in the previous lecture, you just right click. If you are using a Windows PC, right click and you go to open with Live Server. So let's click on it. So just right click, it will give you options, then you select open with Live Server. It will open this particular code directly on your browser. So this is my browser now. It's showing welcome heading tag, as simple as that. So let's look at the other levels of H2 is the next in size. Then if we save this with Ctrl X and we open our browser, you discover that another heading is actually displayed, which is the lower level of H1, the size H2. So we're just going to do for the remaining 4. Nice. We have all our tags written out now. So I just duplicated the same thing for the H2, H3 down to the H6. So let's save our work with Ctrl S and let's check this out on our browser. So look at our browser now. You discover that we have all the heading tags here. You discover that H6 is the smallest, H1 is the biggest, H2 is the next, H3, that's how it just goes down. So this is how you actually write heading in your HTML document. Maybe you are trying to format a website, writing an article. You have your main header, which can actually be in H1. You might have sub headers. Then you can also have sub headers in your document. So this is how you actually format it. It's very easy. Just use the less than sign, H, which start for heading, then the size. If you want H1, the biggest, the smallest, and all that, you just differentiate it with this number. Then your content, which is what the user is going to see. Then you can also have your closing tag, and this is how you get it done. In our next class, we're going to look at how we can actually add paragraph to our document.